Day one. I'm here in Hamilton. I'm talking quietly because I don't know how much can be heard outside. But yeah, I'm back, and it's been a long day, but flight was fine. Got a lift into Hamilton. Literally as soon as I drove into the city, I was like home. It's this weird feeling. I was only here like 3 weeks before, but there's just a real sense that it feels like home here. Spent some time with the family that I stayed with before. They've now got 2 extra kids. I got beat. Well, I didn't quite get beat, but I was like close to being beat at chess by a 4-year-old. They are really good at chess. Not that I'm great at chess, I'm pretty poor at chess, but they're great at chess. It's just like family, and then I have been driven out to a couple that I stayed with again before, to like a little retreat house. They live outside of Hamilton, so in some ways it's a little bit like, oh, I can't get in, but it means I'm forced to retreat for the first few days, and then I will go in. But yeah, I'm just a bit like, God, what are you doing? How am I here? What are you saying to me? I'm a bit like apprehensive God's going to call me back here, because this is what I felt before, and obviously that didn't happen, so there's like fear attached to that. Partly because I don't want to leave Crawley, but also partly because I don't know if I believe it would happen anyway. Yeah, so I feel like excited, but I'm very tired, so just that's a little quick update for today. You can see it, but there's a deer staring at me. We've just been staring each other out for about 2 minutes. Just there, right in front. Not sure who's going to move first. Maybe me. There he is. Or she is. Standing in the bushes, just staring me out. Hey dear. Tiffany Falls. So many waterfalls here. This big bit of rock is called the escarpment. It's the same thing that Niagara Falls falls off of, and it goes for like a long way. But all through Hamilton there's loads of waterfalls. So this one is Tiffany Falls. So I thought I'd just do a very little update of the last basically of day 2. I'm sat right at Tiffany Falls. Hopefully no one walks past, otherwise I'll suddenly stop. And I hope you don't need a wee because it's making noise. But yeah, I've been staying just outside of Hamilton in a place, actually I don't even know what it's called, Guelph maybe, I think. It's near Dundas. It's a really lovely place. It's like a retreat kind of house. It's a couple's house, but they use it as a retreat place, which is really nice. But it means I can't get in and out of the city by myself, so kind of like on a forced retreat, which in a way is good because it's making me stop. I've slept a lot. I don't think I realised quite how tired I was, so it's nice to actually stop. I'm kind of eager to get in the city and to sort of be able to be around again, and see what God's saying. I think yesterday when I first went in, there was a sense of like, oh, maybe, I don't know, maybe God's going to call me back, and there's like a fear in that, like I don't know if I want to. I think I mentioned that last night, but like I don't know if I want to go back, like permanently. I love it here, but I don't know if this is where I want to be. But also I get a real sense that like God's been speaking to me about Jonah, and that, I don't know, he's called me and I run away from it, and one of the phrases that I've had for the last few years has been, go where I've called you, not where you think I've called you. And that came back just before I was going to come. So I've been thinking a little bit about that, and I wonder whether like this is one of the places. But it might also be that this is just part of a time to be able to be like, yeah, this is lovely, and I've learned a lot here, and I can bless it here, and I can be blessed by being here, but this isn't a permanent place. But maybe there's something I can learn about that. I've been thinking a bit more about Waverley, and yeah, really pushing into that. I'm just stuck with knowing where I'm going to get my finance from, and I think that's been the story the whole of 2023. It's just this wrestle between me and God of like, okay, yeah, I feel like you're calling me to this, but like how? Literally how? I can't live without any money, and now the house is up in the air too, and it just feels like a call to trust, but like, how do I do that? Anyway, yeah, this flies annoy me, so I'm going to stop here, but just a little update on my thoughts. I think tomorrow I might be able to go into the city, so yeah. I forget how all the wildlife is so different, like even the bugs. It does make me feel a little uneasy when I see bugs that I don't really know what they are or what they do. These birds, there's been quite a few of them around, I'm not actually sure what they are. They look like a kind of blackbird. They've got red stomachs. Also seen some woodpeckers and a chipmunk. We made each other jump. Yeah, mainly bugs and butterflies, which are huge. So I've just been doing a little bit more thinking as I've been walking, and I feel like actually maybe I need to be like completely honest, and I feel a bit uneasy today. And I think probably that, I don't know, I think suddenly the reality of like, well, I'm stopping and I'm not used to stopping. I've been busy for quite a while. So I think the reality of everything just feels like it's suddenly like tumbled upon me, of like the reality of money, the reality of house, not knowing where I'm going to live, not knowing what job I want to do, not knowing what I feel like God's calling me to, not knowing what anything looks like going forward. I think like this week's been pretty tough with like health stuff again. It's fine, it's just like it's back there on my mind, and it's been smoky today, so I don't know if you can hear, but I'm a bit short of breath because I've like been breathing in air that's not been as good for me. So I think that's back on my mind again, and obviously like when I came before, health wasn't an issue at all. So I think just like the reality of a lot of stuff has kicked in. But then the other thing I've been reflecting on is like, I have such an amazing community around me in Crawley. So I think I feel a little bit homesick of like, oh my word, I'm suddenly away on my own, when I have such a great community. And like Monday was like a rough day, lots of stuff in it, and you know what, like the end of it I was like, I just feel surrounded like by people. I have such great friends who surrounded me, and yeah, I don't know, it's kind of weird then being away on my own. I'm not used to spending time on my own anymore. So it's a good discipline, but yeah, I think it's just making me feel a little bit uneasy.